Sterling Hawthorne stood at the floor-to-ceiling window of his penthouse office, watching smoke rise from the ruins of the research facility. The orange glow of dawn painted the destruction in an almost beautiful light, but there was nothing beautiful about the report sitting on his desk. 32 researchers and guards dead, millions in equipment destroyed, and worst of all, classified data stolen. The door whispered open behind him. Roy Chen's reflection appeared in the glass, his CorpSec uniform pristine despite the chaos of the past 12 hours. "The media teams are ready, sir," Chen said, his enhanced muscles coiled with tension. "We've prepared the narrative as requested." Sterling turned, studying the head of security. Chen had never failed him before today. The fact that a ragtag group of terrorists had managed to not only infiltrate but destroy one of their most secure facilities was unprecedented. "And Kai Rains?" Sterling's voice was soft, dangerous. "The energy signatures are unlike anything we've seen," Chen replied, pulling up a holographic display from his wrist device. "His abilities far exceed standard Evolix enhancement. Strength, speed, and cognitive abilities all operating simultaneously at peak levels. Olivia's report before her," he paused, "before her death confirmed it." Sterling's jaw tightened at the mention of Olivia. She had been one of their best, and now she was gone. "Show me your plan." Chen expanded the hologram, displaying a tactical overlay of the city's sectors. "I've identified 3 likely zones where the Symmetry Collective operates. Their attack patterns suggest a decentralized cell structure, but they need significant power infrastructure to support their operations." Red markers appeared across the map, highlighting potential locations. "I've already dispatched enhanced strike teams to these areas. Each team is equipped with the new EN-1 series weapons. Even if Rains's abilities are extraordinary, the neutralizers should still affect him." "Should?" Sterling's eyebrow raised. "We're also deploying our new combat drones." Chen brought up schematics of sleek, heavily armed machines. "They're equipped with advanced tracking algorithms specifically calibrated to detect enhanced energy signatures. If Rains uses his abilities anywhere in the city, we'll know." Sterling nodded, studying the tactical display. "And the rest of the collective?" "We've identified their method of recruiting sympathizers in the worker districts. They're using the underground transit tunnels to move supplies and personnel." Chen highlighted a complex network of passages beneath the city. "I'm stationing enhanced operatives at key junctions. Anyone attempting to use these routes will be intercepted and interrogated." "Acceptable casualties?" "Hi," Chen replied coldly. "We need to send a message. The destruction of the research facility cannot go unanswered." Sterling walked to his desk, pressing a button that activated a secure channel to all CorpSec commanders. "As of this moment, Kai Rains and the Symmetry Collective are to be designated as Class 1 threats to corporate security. Authorization granted for lethal force against all members except Rains. I want him alive." "Sir, Dr. Kessler needs to study him. Whatever made him possible needs to be understood and controlled." Sterling's eyes narrowed. "How long until the drones are ready?" "First wave launches in 30 minutes. Full deployment across all sectors within 2 hours." "Good. Coordinate with local security forces. I want every camera, every sensor in this city looking for them. Offer rewards for information. Make the public fear them more than they fear us." Chen nodded, already coordinating with his teams through his neural link. "We should consider the possibility that they'll attempt to target the broadcasting network to shut down our communications. Then let them try." Sterling smiled coldly. "Sometimes the best way to catch a rat is to let it think it's found a way into the pantry. I'll triple security at all remaining research facilities, Chen said, and I've prepared specialized units for rapid response. The moment we detect any unusual energy signatures, we'll be ready. Sterling returned to the window, watching as the first wave of combat drones rose into the morning sky. How many enhanced operatives do we have ready for deployment? 23, all equipped with the latest Guardian series armor and neural enhancement links. They're the best we have. Not good enough. Sterling's reflection frowned in the glass. Activate the prototype units. Chen stiffened. Sir, they're still unstable. I don't care. Whatever it takes. This ends now. Sterling turned back to face him. The world is watching, Chen. They need to see what happens to those who challenge us. Make it memorable. Yes, sir. Chen moved to leave, but paused at the door. And if we find their supporters? The ones hiding them? Burn everything, Sterling said simply. Let them learn that every shadow holds teeth. As Chen left, Sterling watched the drones spread across the city like a metal swarm. Soon, very soon, he would show the world what happened to those who dared to challenge NovaGenix's control over human evolution. And Kai Rains, this impossible anomaly, would learn that some powers come with too high a price. The sun rose fully over the city, its light catching on the corporate towers that dominated the skyline. Somewhere in the shadows below, a young man with extraordinary abilities was hiding, planning, perhaps even hoping to change the world. Sterling intended to show him just how futile those hopes were. He pressed another button on his desk. Release them all. Let's remind everyone why they should fear the dark. Across the city, thousands of combat drones activated, their engines humming to life as they rose into the morning sky. Behind them, in secure facilities deep beneath the corporate towers, the prototype units stirred in their containment chambers, ready to be unleashed. The hunt had begun. Deep beneath the worker districts, in a repurposed maintenance tunnel reinforced with stolen military-grade shielding, the Symmetry Collective's medical bay hummed with activity. Kai Rains lay on a medical bed, vital signs flickering across holographic displays as medics worked to stabilize his condition. The massive energy expenditure from the research facility mission had left him dangerously weak. Phoenix paced nearby, her usual composure cracking under the weight of recent events. Artemis's empty workstation loomed in the corner, her custom interface still displaying the last bits of code she'd written before the mission. There would be time to mourn later. Right now, survival demanded their full attention. His neural patterns are stabilizing, one of the medics reported. But these readings, I've never seen anything like them. None of us have, Phoenix replied, watching Kai's unconscious form. The young man who could change everything, if they could keep him alive long enough. The medical bay's security door hissed open. A woman in a NovaGenix corporate uniform rushed in, her face pale with urgency. Agent Marina, one of their deep-cover operatives, wasn't due to check in for another week. They're killing them, Marina said without preamble, plugging a data chip into the nearest terminal. Sterling Hawthorne has lost it. He's ordered CoreSec to eliminate anyone suspected of sympathizing with us. Security footage filled the screens, CoreSec dragging workers from their stations, interrogations ending in execution, bodies being disposed of quietly, efficiently. How many? Phoenix's voice was tight. 13 confirmed dead so far. Another 20 missing. Marina's hands shook slightly. They're planning to blame it all on us. Say we've started targeting loyal NovaGenix employees in retaliation for the research facility. Bastards, someone muttered. The word carried the weight of too many losses. A groan from the medical bed drew their attention. Kai was waking up, his enhanced healing already bringing him back from the brink. His eyes opened, immediately focusing on the footage still playing across the screens. "How long was I out?" he asked, trying to sit up. "Less than 6 hours," Phoenix answered, moving to help him. "Long enough for everything to get worse." Kai watched the executions playing out on screen, his jaw tightening. "They're not even trying to hide it anymore." "They don't need to," Marina said bitterly. CorpSec has deployed combat drones across every sector. They're hunting us in broad daylight now. "Show him the rest," Phoenix ordered. Marina nodded, bringing up new footage. Massive shapes being moved under heavy security. Combat units unlike anything they'd seen before. Hawthorne's activated the prototype program. Whatever these things are, they're being stationed at key points throughout the city. "We need to move," Kai said, swinging his legs off the bed despite the medic's protests. "This base isn't secure enough anymore." "Already in progress," Phoenix confirmed. "We're evacuating to the backup sites, but we need to do more than just run." She gestured to another screen showing public news feeds. The official story was already spreading. Terrorist attack destroys vital medical research facility. Enhanced extremist still at large. Citizens urged to report suspicious activity. "They're turning the public against us," Marina warned. "If we don't counter this soon—" "We will," Phoenix cut her off. "But we need to be smart about this. Hawthorne's expecting us to react, to make mistakes." Kai stood, steadier now, his enhanced metabolism burning through the last of his weakness. "We have the data from the facility, evidence of their experiments, their plans for mind control enhancement." "Data isn't enough anymore," Phoenix said. "We need to show people the truth in a way they can't ignore." A young hacker who had worked closely with Artemis spoke up from his station. "The corporate broadcasting network, if we could hijack it," the young hacker started. "Too risky," Marina interrupted. "They've tripled security on all communication systems and research facilities since the attack." "Maybe that's what they want us to focus on," Kai said slowly, his enhanced mind racing through possibilities. "The obvious targets." She pulled up a holographic blueprint of NovaGenix's corporate headquarters. "Look at this. They've stripped security from the main building to deploy forces across the city." Phoenix studied the display. The Central Command Center. Sterling Hawthorne's office. "More than that," Kai said, moving closer to the hologram. "Their backup broadcasting network, direct access to every screen in the city. And," he pointed to a secured level near the top, "their private server farm." The hacker's eyes widened. All their dirty secrets in one place. But even with reduced security, it's still a fortress. "A fortress designed to stop normal threats," Phoenix noted, looking at Kai. "Not someone like you." Marina nodded. CorpSec stretched thin. "The prototype units are being stationed in the worker districts. They've left their heart exposed." "Cut off the head," Phoenix murmured. "Take out Hawthorne. Expose their crimes, all at once." Kai's fingers traced the building's outline. "I can feel the systems from here. Their network, it's like a heartbeat. If I could get close enough—" "It would kill you," Phoenix argued. "You're barely recovered as it is." "Not if we do it right." Kai turned to the others. "They're hunting us in every shadow, waiting for us to run. They don't expect us to walk right through their front door." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. On the screens above, another NovaGenix worker disappeared into a CorpSec vehicle. 24 hours, Phoenix finally said. "That's how long we have before they finish securing the city. If we're going to strike at their heart, it has to be now." Kai returned to the blueprints, his enhanced senses already reaching out to feel the pulse of NovaGenix's systems. In that towering monument to corporate power lay their chance to change everything. They just had to survive long enough to tear it down. "Hawthorne thinks he's started a hunt," he said softly, "but he doesn't realize he's invited the wolf into his den." Above them, through layers of steel and concrete, combat drones continued their patrol of darkening skies. But in the shadows below, revolution was taking shape, not in desperate flight or cautious hiding, but in the quiet determination of those who had decided that enough was enough. The storm was rising, and this time they would be ready to strike at the heart of the beast itself.